Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of the survival series. As you saw from the intro there, we had to collect a lot of materials there, a lot of sand and gravel because we ended up making a huge amount of concrete. You might be wondering what this is all for, and it is the iron farm. That's right folks, that thing we built last episode, which has been providing us with a huge amount of iron. Well, it turns out that's one of the largest builds we've ever done. I got done with the design for this thing, and I didn't really think it was going to be that big, but then I looked at the material list, and it called for over a shulker box full of this light gray concrete. And it also calls for a whole chest full of andesite. We're going to need at least a whole shulker box of this stuff. It's a good thing that I've got this stored up. And believe it or not, this is all going to get converted into polished andesite. In fact, this might actually not be enough andesite. Let's go ahead and take a look at the material list for this thing. Yeah, it's going to take 38 stacks of light gray concrete. That's 9, 18, 27, 36. Yeah, we're missing 2 stacks. And then andesite, 26 stacks. Yeah, we got enough of this. Almost a stack and a half of that, actually over a stack and a half of iron trap doors. Good thing we have that iron farm after all. And those shroom lights, we're going to have to harvest a little bit more of those too. Oh, and I forgot about the terracotta. Dadgummit. Looks like we're going to have to go out to the mesa again. Oops. I'll tell you what though, you wouldn't believe how difficult it was to get that shulker box full of concrete. Thing is, you have to convert concrete powder into concrete by exposing it to water, and we had this machine over here to do that, but it was extremely slow. So I had to build this ugly mess over here to convert the rest of our concrete, and this thing took overnight. So the way this works is I've got a body count here sitting next to me, and he's holding a pickaxe, and they are also holding on left click. So basically, whenever a block goes in front of them, like this, they will break it. I've also got a fast right click, and that will allow me to hold down the right click and place a bunch of these blocks at the same time. It's really hard to see because the blocks get placed so fast. We're basically just putting down the concrete powder. It gets turned into concrete pretty much instantly and then pushed over where this bot can break it. And then all that stuff gets put into this chest over here, kind of like that. So yeah, this is a pretty crude machine. I just had to set it up in order to convert an entire shulker box full of concrete. And yeah, I just basically AFK'd here overnight holding down the right click button, and it really did take about an hour, I think, but I had to baby it. I don't know, this thing just doesn't really work consistently. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go and collect all that terracotta, and then we'll get straight to building this thing. Alright folks, I know it was kind of hard to tell from that time lapse, but this was actually a lot bigger of a place than I imagined it was going to be. Well, I mean, I built it in creative mode first, prototyped it, came with a design, and it looked like a fairly sizable build, but since you can walk around it pretty fast, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but it turned out to be about a 2-hour job for this whole thing, and it's not even close to done. I think we're somewhere around halfway, but yeah, as you can see so far, we only have basically some walls down. It's got that really nuclear power plant kind of vibe to it, like something you'd see back in the 70s, which I really like. It's not really a pretty build by any stretch of the imagination, but it does look cool, or at least it doesn't really look like anything right now, but eventually I'm going to be putting in some like pipes going down from the ceiling and like these curvy things that go all over the place. It's going to look kind of cool. So it's definitely out of my box. This is pretty different than stuff I normally do in this game. So as you can see, I put in this strip of cyan terracotta along the bottom here. I don't have enough to do the whole place. I just put together 2 stacks because it does take cactus green to make, which is kind of a difficult dye to acquire. You have to have a cactus farm in order to make it, which is something we definitely don't have. I guess I could probably, judging by how much work it was to put this together, I could probably farm up the cactus by hand and make all the dye we need for the rest of the build. But I don't know, for next time we'll probably have to build a cactus farm just to get this whole place done. Alright, let's move on here. I was actually just scouting out a new location for our cow farm because, like I said before, we have a bit of a lag problem, and moving the cows out of the spawn chunk is going to help with that. But I noticed that we actually have an Enderman Infestation. So they are all over the place. You can hear them teleporting around. There's probably 15 or 20 of them just in this one spot alone. They're all holding a grass block or a dirt block or something, and what that tells me is they're probably teleporting out of our mob system, and then they decide to like pick up a grass block or something, which causes them to not be able to despawn. Even worse, they contribute to the mob cap, which, as you can see right now, is completely full. Our mob system is not running at peak efficiency because of this. Yeah, you can see over here we've got like grass blocks that are sitting out basically in the middle of nowhere. They were definitely placed by Enderman, these ones. And this is actually kind of a difficult problem to solve because it's a rule that applies to all mobs, not just Enderman. If they're holding a block or an item in their hand, they cannot despawn. So, I don't know, one thing we could do is just to kill off every single Enderman we find, but I might also go into the code and add an exception for Enderman so they despawn even if they're holding a block. Other than that, I really don't know what to do about these guys. Anyway, there's a shipwreck here that I have not checked out, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Is there anything in here? Oh, look at that. It's like a little table and stuff. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that is nice. That is not bad at all. I think there's 2 chests per each one of these things. Oh, crap. I can't get down here. Oh, yep. There's another one. This is not bad. It's not great, but could be better. There's actually a few of these ruins around our island here. So, here's one. I think I might have raided this one already. Oh, looks like not. We got a buried treasure map, an emerald, and some coal. I guess the emeralds are nice. Let's see where this map actually leads us, because the chances are we've already been to this place. Have we been here yet? Oh, I don't think we've been here yet. This is definitely a new spot. I don't actually know if the buried treasure like generates with the world or if it generates when you open the map. Oh, look at that. That is pretty cool. Oh man, we got one of those. That's fantastic. Plus a prismarine shard. That is a pretty good haul. Yeah, when I generated my world, there was actually a lot more of these things out in the open than normal. I think in the final version, ooh, mending fishing rod. What the heck, man? Yeah, anyway, I don't think these structures are as common now as they were when I generated this world. Alright, so here's another shipwreck. I honestly don't know if we've been here yet. Looks like not. Fire protection. It's always leather for some reason. I don't know why. Feather falling 4 leather boots. Gee, what a bargain. Yeah, that's probably the only chest in there. Alright, so pardon the lack of shaders, but as you can see here, we are outside the spawn chunks. That's the area in green, and I figured that's probably good enough a place to put our new cow farm. It's still on the island, but it is far enough from the base to not cause any lag. So let's clear out a spot here, and we'll get this farm set up. Alright folks, that was a pretty cool time-lapse in my opinion. Definitely more exciting to look at than the previous one in the episode. But anyway, this is our current cow and sheep farm, and I'm planning on moving all of these animals to the new location. And I realized that it's kind of difficult to get an idea of where that is exactly. So let's go ahead and fly over there. I've actually had to reduce my render distance here a bit. We're all the way down to 8 chunks already because it's kind of difficult to render all those cows without getting a lot of lag. But yeah, here's our new farm. And you might be wondering, how are we going to transport all of those cows? I think there's over 200 of them to this location. And the answer to that is, like everything else, nether portals. So what I've done here is I've added a new nether portal right here, which should link up to the cow farm, the current one that is. And I've also added another tunnel over here, and this one links up to the new cow farm. I've calibrated that second portal to this block right here, exactly, so we're just going to have to build another portal right here. I probably should have moved it up another block so we don't destroy that grass, but oh well. And then I'll just go ahead and finish our portal here, and hopefully this links up to the one in the nether. But we can't go through because it's going to generate a new portal. We have to fly all the way back and then light the portal from the nether side. So here we go. If we do this right, this should link us to the new cow farm. And it does. That's pretty cool. But we're not quite done yet. We have to fly back to the cow farm and light this other portal that I've also built. Alright, just to double check, I'm going to go through this portal as well, and we'll see if this one links up to the one in the nether hub. And looks like it has. Alright folks, it looks like our preparations are complete, so I'm going to pop down a bot account over here, and hopefully we'll be able to get a shot of all these cows and stuff coming out of this portal, but we'll see if it works or not. So now we just have to break this, and hopefully they just start, oh, yeah, they start going into the nether, but I guess we could speed them up a little bit with some wheat. There we go. Man, that is going to be a mess on the other side. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and gather the rest of these cows. It looks like they were trying to pathfind up on top of those trap doors, which is not actually going to do them any good, but whatever. Yep, that's all of them. And we'll go through and see how much of a mess this is. Oh man, there's a lot of cows. Are they getting over top of the bears here? Looks like not. That's good, so let's just try to lure them over to the next portal. Oh man, that is a mess. Alright, these are the last 2 cows in the farm. We're just going to take them through this portal, pop onto the other side, and judging by the server list, I'm pretty sure my bot might have gotten kicked. I don't know how. Oh! I think it worked. Hold on. Yeah, my bot's gone. I don't know what happened to him, so I think we might have lost the footage from this side, but hey, this is a success. Yeah, this is a total success. This is amazing. And if I calculate out everything correctly, we should just be able to move this portal to the other plot and then move the sheep over next. Alright, I think that's pretty much all the sheep. Can't really see it too well, but I think all the sheep are going in. Alright, I'm surprised that we were able to do this in one shot. It took like 3 or 4 tries with the cows. I actually don't really know how this is going to link up on the other side. Hopefully it doesn't create a new portal. But we're supposed to have about 100 block leeway with portals on the other side. So we'll see if this worked or not. Oh yeah, it has totally worked. I'm actually not too sure why there's a cow in here, but oh well. Alright folks, this has been a huge success. I was actually quite surprised at just how much impact this has had on the performance here. So we're all the way down to an MSPT of 4.4, which means that it takes 4 milliseconds for each tick to process. Normally you want that to be under like 50, but the lower it is, the better. Before we moved all these cows, the MSPT was somewhere around 16 at the highest, which is ridiculous, considering that we only have a couple of farms active at any given time in this world. And of course, if we head over to the new farm, the tick starts to get a little bit worse, but it's still not bad at all because we've already unloaded the other farms. But anyway, folks, I hate to cut you short, but that's going to be it for today's episode. I got some things I got to plan for in real life, so we're going to have to end it there for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you have suggestions for future ones, please leave them in the comment section below. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.